Tucked deep within hidden hills, Sharon Osbourne's estate feels like a world apart. Part English countryside, part Hollywood legend. Here, elegant stables meet rolling pastures, and every corner whispers stories of music, family, and resilience. Today, we'll step through those grand gates to uncover how the rock matriarch lives, works, and finds peace on her sprawling Hidden Hills farm. Sharon Rachel Levy was born on October 9, 1952, in London, into a world of power, performance, and peril. Her father, Don Arden, was one of Britain's most feared music moguls, managing rock legends while building a reputation as the Al Capone of pop. In that house, music wasn't just business. It was blood sport. Guns in drawers, shouting in hallways, and deals sealed with intimidation. Amid that chaos, a young Sharon learned two lessons that would define her life. Never be afraid of a fight, and never let anyone else write your story. Her teenage years were turbulent. At 17, she faced heartbreak and a life-changing choice that forced her to grow up too soon. By her 20s, she had broken free from her father's shadow, determined to carve her own path in the same fierce world that once tried to control her. Then came 1979, the year fate intervened in the form of a man named Ozzy Osbourne. Her father had just fired him from Black Sabbath, leaving him lost in addiction and despair. Most would have walked away. Sharon didn't. She saw a spark still burning beneath the wreckage, and made the audacious choice to manage him herself. At 27, she wasn't just taking on a client, she was taking on a life project. What followed was a resurrection. Sharon rebuilt Ozzy's career from ashes, piece by piece. She hired musicians, pushed for a solo album, and fought industry skeptics who called him finished. When Blizzard of Oz hit the airwaves in 1980, it was a revelation. A thunderous return that sold millions and redefined heavy metal. Sharon wasn't just managing, she was orchestrating a comeback that would make rock history. But the road wasn't easy. In 1982, tragedy struck when guitarist Randy Rhoads, Ozzy's creative heart, died in a plane crash mid-tour. The loss nearly broke Ozzy. Sharon, pregnant and grieving, refused to let him fall apart. She pushed forward, guided his pain into music, and kept the show alive. That mix of compassion and calculation became her trademark, the steel hand behind the velvet glove. By the mid-1990s, Sharon had built more than a career. She had built an empire. She launched Ozzfest in 1996, turning a simple tour into a cultural movement that revived heavy metal and introduced new generations to bands like Slipknot and System of a Down. Behind the scenes, Sharon was the ringmaster, negotiating deals, managing chaos, and proving that a woman could dominate the male-drenched world of rock. Then, in 2002, everything changed again. The world met the Osbournes, a reality series that turned their wild, foul-mouthed, deeply human household into global entertainment. For the first time, the matriarch stepped into the spotlight. Viewers saw not just a manager, but a mother, a wife, and a survivor. The show became an instant phenomenon, redefining reality television and making Sharon a celebrity in her own right. Her sharp wit and warmth made her a fixture on television, leading to talk shows, judging panels, and hosting gigs on the X Factor UK, America's Got Talent, and The Talk. Through every chapter, fame, scandal, and reinvention, Sharon remained unbreakable. Even after her 2021 exit from The Talk, she refused to retreat, launching The Talk UK and returning to her roots with renewed focus. Today, Sharon Osbourne stands as a figure of transformation, a woman who turned pain into power and survival into art. From managing the wildest rock star on earth to becoming one herself, her career is a symphony of chaos and control, loss and triumph. Each chapter, from the grit of 1970s London to the manic glitter of Hollywood, has shaped the life she lives now on her Hidden Hills farm, surrounded by family, horses, and the peace she once thought impossible. Hidden Hills Farm, the rock matriarch's sanctuary. In the quiet expanse of Hidden Hills, beyond iron gates and a meticulously kept garden, lies the place where Sharon Osbourne has found her balance. The nearly 15,000 square foot estate is more than a house. It's a reflection of her journey, where privacy, artistry, and peace finally converge after years of life in the spotlight. As the gates open, the sound of gravel under the tires signals entry into a world apart. The driveway curves past sculpted olive trees and rose gardens that spill color across the hillside. A stable with 2 stalls nods to the property's equestrian soul, a reminder of Sharon's English roots, where life once moved at the rhythm of horses and countryside mornings. The air smells faintly of lavender, drifting from flower beds that border a sweeping lawn designed for her grandchildren's laughter and her dog's playful sprints. The front doors, solid oak with iron inlay, swing open into a grand foyer wrapped in natural light. Polished stone floors lead into an expansive great room, where panoramic glass walls blur the line between indoors and the rolling California landscape. The space centers around a dramatic 2-sided fireplace, its flicker shared between the living area and dining space, creating warmth that feels both modern and timeless. Every piece of furniture has purpose. A cream linen sofa that once hosted family holidays, a piano in the corner where Ozzy sometimes idly taps melodies between conversations. The chef's kitchen is a masterpiece of design and functionality. A massive marble-topped island commands the center, surrounded by sleek cabinetry in soft dove gray. Sharon's collection of copper pans gleams under recessed lighting, each one used, not displayed, because in this home, the kitchen is where life happens. There's a hidden prep kitchen tucked behind it, a design choice born of her love for entertaining without chaos spilling into view. Sliding glass doors open directly to the patio, where the scent of grilled vegetables and wood-fired pizza often drifts out on weekend evenings. Up the floating architectural staircase, each bedroom carries its own personality, yet all share the same design language. Calm, creamy tones and views that invite sunrise to be part of the morning ritual. The primary suite feels like a retreat within a retreat. Its private fireplace glows beneath a stone mantel, while French doors lead to a wraparound balcony that overlooks city lights and open fields. The adjoining spa-like bathroom is wrapped in marble, complete with a steam shower, soaking tub, and a custom-built closet that rivals a boutique. It is in this quiet sanctuary where Sharon reads scripts, journals, and sometimes simply sits, the hum of Los Angeles fading into silence. Descending to the lower level feels like entering another world. A plush home theater lined in dark fabric invites late-night movie marathons. Nearby, a sleek lounge with a wet bar and a glass-encased wine cellar glows amber in the low light, perfect for gatherings that stretch past midnight. The wellness wing, complete with a private gym, steam room, and sauna, reflects the couple's commitment to balance and longevity after years of touring, filming, and chaos. Just beyond it lies the recreation room, where family game nights often end in laughter echoing through the halls. Step outside, and the line between architecture and landscape disappears. A zero-edge infinity pool mirrors the sky, while the spa bubbles quietly under a canopy of stars. There is an outdoor fireplace, a barbecue pavilion, and multiple patios designed for every hour of the day, from coffee at sunrise to wine by moonlight. The private pickleball court sits on the far edge, often echoing with friendly competition. The detached 965-square-foot guest house offers serenity for visiting family, while the barn stands as both homage to Sharon's rural beginnings and a symbol of reinvention, city life balanced by countryside calm. Every detail of this Hidden Hills estate tells a piece of Sharon's story. Resilience turned into architecture, comfort fused with class, and the balance between fame and freedom. Within these walls, the woman once defined by the chaos of show business found a rhythm all her own. Here, she isn't the rock legend's wife or the reality TV icon. She's simply Sharon, surrounded by family, sunlight, and the kind of quiet that only comes when you finally built the home you always dreamed of. From the calm of her Hidden Hills haven to the gleam of her garage, Sharon Osbourne's world shifts from serenity to motion. Each car parked beyond those gates reflects a chapter of her life, bold, refined, and unmistakably her own. Car collection. Sharon's Range Rover carries the understated power of her British roots, a quiet force built for both comfort and command. Yet what she cherishes most is the serenity within, the calm hum, the smooth glide through the hills near her Hidden Hills estate. Ozzy beside her, dogs curled in the back seat. For a moment, it felt like a return to the English countryside. Valued at about $120,000, it remains her trusted everyday companion, elegance meeting practicality. The Bentley Flying Spur is Sharon's statement piece, a car that speaks her language, luxury with backbone. When she first took the wheel, it was for a charity gala in Beverly Hills. The same night, she auctioned off one of Ozzy's guitars for over $50,000. The Spur's cabin, draped in hand-stitched leather and walnut veneer, mirrors the sophistication she's built over decades in the spotlight. Worth about $230,000, it's more than a car. It's a peaceful space on wheels. If the Bentley is for elegance, the Mercedes-Benz V-Class is for family. Sharon chose it for what truly matters: space for grandchildren, dogs, and the endless entourage of love that follows her. The 2.0-liter turbocharged diesel engine isn't built for speed but for comfort, its sliding doors opening to a cocoon of quilted leather seats and soft lighting. She first used it on family outings to Malibu, her laughter echoing as Kelly and Jack debated music playlists. At roughly $90,000, it's her tour bus for the soul, where family conversations matter more than the miles. Then comes the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, her quiet power move. Sharon first drove it to a television set in Studio City, the leather-scented cabin doubling as her private green room. Every detail, from the ambient lighting to the Burmester sound system, reflects the woman who turned chaos into control. Priced around $120,000, it's the perfect fusion of sophistication and serenity. These cars reflect Sharon Osbourne's journey, from the streets of London to the hills of California, each one a chapter of resilience, luxury, and the relentless drive of a woman who built her own road. Beyond the calm of her garage lies the story of Sharon Osbourne's rise, each car a symbol of her strength and success. Together, they mark the path to her greatest achievement yet, the fortune she built and the life it now defines. Income and net worth. Sharon Osbourne commands a $220 million fortune built from grit, not glamour. Before television, she revived Ozzy's solo career, signed record deals, and created Ozzfest, the festival that turned heavy metal into millions and cemented her as the real power behind the Osbourne legacy. Then came the Osbournes. The MTV show turned her family's chaos into gold, earning Sharon nearly $12 million and making her one of the most recognizable women in entertainment. When the talk followed, her sharp honesty brought her $5 million a year, plus a reported $5 to $10 million severance when she left the show. Her UK talk show added another $2 million to her growing empire. Outside TV, Sharon kept diversifying. Her best-selling memoirs and paid appearances added steady income, while her 5-day stint on Celebrity Big Brother earned her £500,000, proof that her name alone carried value. Real estate became her quiet power move. She sold her Malibu beach house for $8 million and later listed her Hancock Park estate for $18 million after buying it for $12 million. 2 condos in Los Angeles' Sierra Towers, worth $6.3 million combined, added to her growing portfolio. Today, Sharon's success is the result of years of strategy and reinvention. Television made her a household name, music management built her foundation, and real estate gave her lasting stability. She no longer waits for opportunities. She creates them on her own terms. That brings us to her philanthropy, where Sharon turns success into purpose. After years of building her empire, she now focuses her energy on giving back, supporting cancer research, animal welfare, and mental health, causes that reflect her own battles and her enduring compassion. She now spends her days surrounded by family, warmth, and quiet joy. After years of constant motion, she's found her peace, a life built on love, strength, and hard-earned serenity. Philanthropy. Sharon founded the Sharon Osbourne Colon Cancer Program at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, determined to help others catch the disease before it was too late. Through the program, she helped fund early detection screenings and awareness campaigns that reached thousands across Los Angeles. One woman who joined a free screening later wrote her a letter. She had discovered a precancerous polyp just in time. "You didn't just save my life," the letter said. "You gave me more years with my children." That message changed Sharon. She realized charity wasn't about grand gestures. It was about quiet victories, one life at a time. As her fame grew, so did her reach. When Ozzy's farewell concert, Back to the Beginning, was announced in 2025, Sharon turned it into something larger than music. The event at Birmingham's Villa Park drew over 50,000 fans and millions more online. Reports claimed it raised nearly $190 million for charities like Birmingham Children's Hospital, Acorns Children's Hospice, and Cure Parkinson's. Later, Sharon clarified that the real amount was lower after costs, but still in the millions. For her, the number wasn't the story. The meaning was. She watched children at Acorns receive new therapy equipment and Parkinson's researchers get funding for clinical trials. Beyond medicine and music, Sharon also lent her voice to social causes. With her daughter Kelly, she joined Cyndi Lauper's Give a Damn campaign, advocating for LGBTQ+ acceptance. The campaign raised over $250,000 in its first year, supporting mental health programs for queer youth. Sharon said she joined because she knew what it felt like to be judged, and she wanted others to know they were enough, just as they were. Sharon's philanthropy became a mirror of her character. Fierce, yet compassionate, pragmatic, yet deeply emotional. Each campaign, each hospital visit, each story of a life saved reminded her that legacy isn't just built on fame, it's built on how many people you lift along the way. She now spends her days surrounded by family, warmth, and quiet joy. After years of constant motion, she's found her peace, a life built on love, strength, and hard-earned serenity. Personal life. These days, Sharon Osbourne lives more quietly, her world reshaped by loss, but held together by family. Since Ozzy's passing in July 2025, her days have slowed, centered on healing and rediscovery. She splits her time between England and Los Angeles, often surrounded by her children and grandchildren. Kelly visits with her baby Sydney, bringing laughter back into the house, while Jack keeps her close. On her 73rd birthday, they surprised her with flowers, balloons, and a falconry session, her new source of calm and strength. Falconry has become Sharon's quiet therapy, a way to heal without words. She spends afternoons outdoors, finding peace in the trust between her and the birds, trading studio noise for the sound of wings. Her days are filled with gentle rituals, feeding her dogs, walking the garden, and visiting memorials for Ozzy. Recently, she joined her children at a pumpkin tribute in Hampshire, where Ozzy's face appeared in color and light, a private moment of love and remembrance. In between these moments of reflection, Sharon allows herself small doses of normal life again. She's been spotted shopping with friends in London, stepping out in black sunglasses and her signature red hair, always gracious when fans approach. At home, she keeps in touch with the world through social media, posting notes of gratitude to the fans who continue to send messages of support. Sharon's days now move slower and softer. Mornings begin with tea, afternoons with quiet walks and birds, and evenings with family gathered around the table. She talks less about work and more about being present, learning peace after years of chaos. Though the house feels emptier without Ozzy, it's still alive with her children's laughter, her grandson's joy, and the soft flutter of wings outside her window. After decades of chaos, cameras, and comebacks, Sharon Osbourne has arrived at a chapter defined not by fame, but by peace. Her legacy isn't just built on television or music, but on resilience, the power to rebuild, to forgive, and to keep loving even after the spotlight fades. If you love Sharon Osbourne, stay with us to learn more about her life, passion, and emotional journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to explore the real world behind the glitz of Hollywood.